Keep it on the level. Keep it on the level. Keep it on the level. I'm climbing up the. Keep it on the level.
Yes, I finally got a figurine. Well, of course, this would be the only figurine I would ever get in my life. But I just want to share my entire thought process on how I chose this specific figurine and how you should be careful in avoiding the other forms of this figurine. So without further ado, let's get into the video.
Gypsy in the caravan of rose. Music for the people, I used to rap on the train. Now I rap on the stage and I'm used to capital gain. I ain't asking for change, I'm good at cornering.
Now, first off, I need to point out that this is not an original Genshin Impact figurine. As far as I know, Hu Tao doesn't have an official figurine. This is actually modeled after a fan-made version. And there are two companies, or there are two sources that are currently mass-producing this specific figurine. One of them looks like this, and the other one is the one I currently have. So, first off, give the box a little spin. There's the back. And now I just have to open the box and pull the figure out. Come on. It's not obvious that this is my first figure, guys. Come on. And it's out. Okay. Oh. I guess the freebies fell out, but okay. Here she is! In all her plastic glory. Shout out to one of my closest friends for giving me this small, tiny knife. Okay. And there she is. So here's the base of the figure. It's got a bunch of fire effects along with a rooftop. You can see the hole where the figure actually mounts itself on. So there's the full 360 view. I'm just gonna set that aside for now. Up next we have her small hat. Now this is actually an important way of viewing the difference between the two figures, as I mentioned, but I'll get onto that later. For now we can just set that aside. You can see how it's molded onto her head in the inside, so it doesn't move around as much when it's on the figure. Next we have a removable staff of Homa. Now I'm sure that this bottom part just comes off so you can slide it into her hand. At least I hope. I hope it didn't break on the way here. You know what, we'll find out later. And I actually have my own keychain of the Staff of Homa, and they look really similar. The one for the figure is obviously smoother and slightly taller, but I can say that the detail on the figurine could be more accurate to the game, since it's not really shiny in the game. And last but of course the most important part of the figure, Hu Tao herself. And there she is, guys. So this is the figure itself, or like the main piece of it. You can see how she's attached to the mount on her one foot. She's got a little dynamic pose, which is why I chose this figure. Among the other three forms that are available, there's one where she's standing up, but her face looked a bit weird. And there's another one where she's sitting down on a tree branch. That one looked okay, but personally I found this one the most appealing. And it seemed to look like her the most. I'm just gonna attach it onto the mount off camera because I don't trust myself with this, honestly, so I'll be back. is the fully assembled figure. Now, I was right, you do have to slide the Staff of Homa into her hand and then place the end bit afterwards, so that's what I did. And of course the hat is now removable, so here are some close-ups of the face and the other details. Now, this seems like a good time to start pointing out the main differences between this figure and the other one that's available. So, as I mentioned before, there are a few facial features and coloring details that are much better in this figure compared to the other one, and the main defining way on how you could find out if it's one or the other is by asking the buyer if the hat is removable. Because I've seen from other unboxing videos that the other figure tends to have the hat already attached to Hu Tao, so I don't know if it could come off or not. As for this one, we obviously saw that the hat came in a separate area in the package. And to add a little icing on the cake, both figures actually cost relatively the same. In fact, the one I currently have is cheaper than the prices I could find for the other figurine. So you're getting a better quality and price for basically the same figure, and it's a win-win situation in my opinion. So there we go. By the way, here's a full view of my little Hu Tao / Genshin corner. And there it is, my very first figure. If you're interested, I will leave the link to purchase this figure in the description below. And yeah, so keep an eye out for the other version of this same figure, and I hope you enjoyed the video. So like and subscribe, and let me know if you want more IRL content. This is actually the first vlog style video I did ish. So thank you for watching. See you next time.